Eric with the Kleen-Rite Sales Team. Coming at you today from a training facility here behind our offices here in Columbia, Pennsylvania. We have Keith in here from Giant Pumps. He's one of our great distributors here. He came in to train some of the salespeople, and there's a couple items that he covered in our training that I think our customers would love to hear a little bit more about. Thanks for coming in.
Sure.
We appreciate it. On the pumps, you covered multiple different things. Tell me a little bit what differentiates Giant Pump from some of the other pumps out there with your heads and your rear assemblies here on these pumps. They're a little different than some of the ones that we currently offer.
They are, Eric. Many of our pumps have a forged brass head as opposed to a cast head, which obviously makes them a little bit stronger. And our gear ends on our larger pump are cast iron, which allows us to be able to move more water and pressure through a smaller footprint of a pump. So the gear ends, because they're cast iron, are typically smaller than, say, a comparable pump from our competition.
And you said these are forged out of just one giant big block that you guys go through, so you don't put two pieces together or any points or anything. So it's just all machined.
That's correct.
In there?
That's correct. We bring those in. Again, the pumps that we make in or manufacture in Toledo, we have a block of brass, and we actually drill and tap and machine that into the manifold on some of our P and 200 and 300 pumps that we manufacture in Toledo.
All right. And there was also another thing you brought up in the training that I thought was really neat that I heard, but I never really understood before. Can you talk a little bit about the seals that you guys put together? I know there's a little differential. Most of them are rubber and stuff like that, but yours are a little different than some of the other pumps out there in the marketplace.
That's correct. Eric, some of our competitors use just fiber molded strips to make their seals, their high pressure seals. Our seals are a little bit different in the fact that they are vulcanized rubber over rope. So it helps them last longer. It helps create a better seal as opposed to a fiber molded strip.
And what happens is once they get moisturized with the water and going through there, they expand a little bit to give it a real good seal inside that pump that lasts a little bit longer, correct?
That is correct. Especially if maybe the pump has been sitting on the shelf for 6 months, at a car wash, someone wants to have a backup pump, and now they're ready to replace it. They had a pump go out, so they're going to replace it. You may get a call that, I just put this new pump in and the pump's leaking a little bit. You just have them run the pump for 10 or 15 minutes, because typically what happens, because that is a vulcanized rubber over rope, if it sits for a while, it will tend to shrink. And once the water is introduced to it, it will cause the rubber to swell, and it will seal the pump back. So the pump should stop leaking in 10 or 15 minutes. If you do see that happening, that's one thing that you could recommend to your customer.
That's awesome. That's great information. I've never come across that. These things are workhorses. Your Giant pumps are fantastic. I always have confidence selling these products, but that's also good to know if somebody puts one on the shelf that, hey, there's a little water, just be patient, let it work through, and then it'll seal up. But again,
absolutely,
we here at Kleen-Rite, we appreciate the partnership with Giant Pump. We appreciate the pumps. I know the customers love the pumps, but again, thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you guys. We appreciate you guys as well.
No problem. And coming here from Kleen-Rite, again, if you have any interest in any Giant pumps, parts, or anything, we are the reliable supplier in the car wash industry for Giant Pumps.